Hey, it's Karen from Liongate Farm, and we're getting busy on Christmas. Today I'm going to teach you how to make the cutest little reindeer ornament you ever saw. Super popular at the holiday bazaars. Hey everybody, it is Karen from Liongate Farm, and today I am going to teach you how to make the absolutely cutest little reindeer ornaments. They're pretty quick. Hardest part's the antlers. I'll show you an easy peasy way to do that. And she's got her little eyelashes on, her little deer. These were really popular at the show that we just had. So let's get started. And I'll go over what you're going to need. I got a template that Cannon will post in the comments. You need 21 inches of 18 gauge wire. You need your core wool for the inside. I'm using Golden Hound for the top coat. And then I'm using acacia. I think this is acacia. Acacia for the back. Now you can use just core wool. This is acacia back here. But you could use core wool. I did one like that. I didn't like it, so I went to the acacia. You need a little tiny bit of Snow White for her nose area. You need a little smidge. Don't need this much black. A smidge of black. And then I am using dark fawn on the antlers. I'm using a double needle, a single needle, and then multi-tool works the best for smoothing out your top coat. I've got my permanent red tint, I never remember the name, permanent red tint pan pastels. I've been putting it on with a little brush. I like it better. Scissors for trimming. Okay, so let's get started. You are first going to make a ball, and it needs to be firm. So I tie a knot. It's very much like starting a pumpkin. I'm going to tie 3 knots right on top of each other. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this ornament was pretty popular at my bazaar this last weekend, which was kind of crazy, 3 days. So then I just roll a little bit of core wool around it that way, one way. And notice it, I've got it tight, super tight, super tight. I know it looks like an oblong, not a ball yet, right? So now I'm going to take another piece of core wool. Remember, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to go around very snug. Very snug-like. We didn't get to film a video last week because Cannon was busy and I was busy getting ready for the show. So we'll probably have 2 of them for you this week. Or we'll film 2 this week because I'm ready for 2, believe it or not. So you can see I'm making a ball. And then, you compare it to your template. You want it to be a little bit smaller than the template because once we put the color on, it will get big. I like to split this in half on my core wool just because it goes on. I'm smoother. Notice I'm super, super tight. This is pretty hard ball, which is different for me. I have another bazaar coming up the first part of December, and I'm going to use the double needles now, and I'm forcing it to go into a ball shape. Now, this antler wire, let's talk about this antler wire. So you can take a skewer, and you know how I like to follow the skewer through the wire. Or, since I didn't have a skewer with me, I was working, while I was at my bazaar. I'm going to make a little stack here. And so we're a little bit flat. We're not totally round yet. And you can find center in your wire. Gently find center. Don't make a pinch. Make a little U. You can find that center and place it on your reindeer head. And then you can just cover up Cover it up. It's essentially the same thing as following it through. Essentially. It's not totally the same thing. Okay, so then bring it up. Just keep it out of the way while you get this all tacked in. Tack it in pretty good. It essentially works the same way as following it through, and it doesn't hurt anything. I was like, oh, I forgot my skewer. What can I do? And I figured, well, this works. I know it seems like a lot of wire, but if you've ever made horns before, remember you're working around wire, so be careful. Because wire can break a needle pretty quick. You see how firm I've got this guy felted already. Work smarter, not harder. Let's get it nice and firm quickly. The knots help you do that. Because you don't want to be sitting here felting forever. So then, I have a little template here that you can follow. I made enough of them now that I know that about a finger way up, I'm going to make a bend. There's one antler horn. And then I'm going to come up and about 2 finger widths and make a bend. These guys don't have huge horns. Okay, not super huge. And then I'm going to bend. I'm going to make that meet the bottom. Did you see how I did that? We'll do another one. And I'm going to twist this guy. Now, my fingers are strong enough to pinch the ends of those. You might have to use pliers. Then I'm going to twist this guy. Cannon just made his tea, and he's going to come back and go, what? You're already on the antlers?
Moving along fast?
Yeah, we're already on the antlers. We're already on putting the antler wire in, may I say. And then we're going to twist this one down. And what are you growling at, Rip? Did you hear him?
Yeah.
So now you just need to match that other side. And you know what? It technically doesn't need to match. So up about a finger, pinch it, and then kind of eyeball the other side. It does not need to be perfect. Because you know what? Antlers in the wild are not perfect. If you've ever seen them out in the wild. See, I have too much wire here. How did I do that? Oh, maybe I didn't go all the way down. I'm going to have to cut a piece off. That's okay. Let's twist this. Get them as close as you can. People are so funny how they pick out felties to buy. They pick the one that has the expression and the face that they like. For sure. I had so many customers lining sheep up, trying to decide who had the cutest face. And you know, what's cute to one person is not cute to another person, so it's kind of funny. Okay, so now, if you're using 18 gauge wire like I just did, so if you don't have pliers, watch this nifty trick. You can just squeeze it with your scissors. Just be careful. Just give it a little squeeze. 18 gauge wire, it's pretty malleable. It's so malleable, if you twist this too much, you can break it off. And I'm actually just going to cut that. All right, there's our antlers. So now, let's make sure, you want to make sure that this is decently smooth, because you know what I say. If you have your underside smooth, you're not going to have to work too much on the top, getting the top coat smooth, because your foundation is done. So you can even, and we're going to use this when we put the top coat on. This makes them nice and smooth. Try not to. We hope you can see my hands better this time, or what I'm working on. Oh, those little Santas. people, they were very popular too, the little Santa ornaments. Because I know you guys ask, what's popular. It's always hard to figure out what the people are gonna want. And, always hard. Sometimes you get really excited about something that you're making and you go to a show and nobody buys it. And you're like, what? But this is so cool. But then they buy it next year. It's like they saw it, they had to think about it for a year, and then they wanted it. So now we're just gonna cover this whole ball. And I like to just tack it on. Remember, you just don't want corbels. Wait, I'm lying. Look at that. I got ahead of myself. You know why? Because I was working on the other one. And the other one, you cover the whole ball. Okay, so now we want acacia. You want acacia next. And this looks so pink in this light, but it is not. And we're just going to put the acacia right across the front. Decide which is the front. Acacia's going to cover this. And look, there's something yucky in there. It's the only thing about DHG is it has bits in it. I spent the first 3 hours of my day guaranteeing a migraine today.
Why? What'd you do?
Rinsing Masha blocks. Bent over the sink. Yeah. I had to take a nap between like 10 and 11. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. They were muddy and there was so much moss. That even though we picked all the moss out of them, more moss was revealed. I always think about what those sheep are doing in England, because that's where my Mosham comes from. And we don't have moss here in our pastures. At least not the kind that gets caught in fleece. It's this yellowy, licheny green moss. So we just want to make sure that the front is covered. Rip, leave Stewie alone. Don't worry that this is not all in. Okay, now we can go to that color. I have another project that's similar to this that you guys are going to love. You guys will love it. I just have to finish this one first. Okay. So if you look at the template, the nose comes down pretty far. I like the nose long. I have accidentally made this nose short. It's still cute. I like this one better. I don't know, do you like the short nose or the long nose? This part. Cannon's
I like the short nose.
I like the long nose because deer have long noses. So you're going to need to eyeball a little bit below half. Eyeball. Center of the horns down a little bit below half. Okay. And draw a line. And then fold this up. Don't poke the sides yet. Don't poke the sides. Just go straight up. Don't poke the sides. So you have to decide how wide you want this. I'm giving you, I have a template and I've traced it exactly like I make them, but there is a lot of room for you to be creative. So let's just poke this little nose in. How many of you just saw me poke my thumb? It's not bleeding, but I did poke my thumb. All right, now let's take some of this and we're gonna draw around. You tired, Cannon?
I just woke up like a couple hours ago, so I'm kind of tired from
What?
just waking up.
Just woke up.
I slept in today.
I went to bed at 6:30 last night. I was so tired. Because, we got home Sunday. We unloaded the trailer. Cannon can tell you it's a considerable amount of totes that we have to take with us and unload and reload. Because, we have meetup Monday. And we never not have meetup Monday. So I have to get up on Monday, and you know, I wake up at godforsaken hour for everybody anyways. But I put the shop back together. I cleaned up the kitchen. What else I do? I did all this stuff. By the time 10 o'clock rolled around, everybody got here. I wanted to go back to bed. I was like, okay, I'm done. And by 6 o'clock, I was really done. And I was like, okay, I am done. So when I'm making this, I always think about it looks like an owl. It looks like the owl shape that we make. Doesn't that look like an owl right now?
Oh yeah, it does.
Without horns. I mean, with... So we're just drawing down the sides. And you don't want to go too far back. You kind of want to be able to see it from the front. These things morph into so many things. Now, it doesn't show really well on the template, but I'm going to show it to you, what I like to do right here. I'll make a little chin. So straight down from here, I'm going to put this out here. And why I do this, I don't know, but I did it once and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. So see how I'm coming around, and then make this little chin thing like that. And notice I haven't poked all this in yet. We will in a minute. We will in a minute. So now we're gonna add some here. When I first made this, I thought, oh, this is gonna be super fast. It wasn't. It wasn't super fast. It's half fast. It's not super fast, but it's a quick one. Reindeer are in this year, though, I have to say. All the little reindeers, my little silly reindeers that you have a video on, they sold really fast. They sold really fast. The big reindeers sold really fast, too. We never showed them the big reindeers, did we?
I don't think so.
No. I put them on my Facebook, though. I get so attached to them, those big pieces, and then they go away. That big Santa over there is going away tomorrow.
The one that's standing up with the glasses?
Uh-huh.
I like him.
He's going to a new home. Yep. All right, so we have this all tacked on, so now let's get it on here. I like to do it this way because it comes out smoother. Obviously you can't do this around the horns, so. But let's just get the majority of this all tacked on, and then we'll go back with the double needle. You can already see it's going to be cute. It's finally not foggy. It's been foggy all day here. Was it foggy? You don't know. You just woke up.
It was foggy last night around midnight.
It was?
Yeah.
You were awake at midnight?
Yeah.
I'm always jealous of people who can stay awake that long.
I stayed up till 2 a.m.
Wow. Gaming?
No, I just been staying up late.
Doing? Watching TV?
Yeah, I watched a movie last night.
What'd you watch?
What did I watch? That's a good question. Oh, it's some movie that I've seen. It's called 17 again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a movie from 2007.
There's so many movies out there right now, you know?
Oh, yeah. I watched this crazy movie the other day. It was No Country for Old Men.
I think I've seen that.
Wild movie.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
You don't normally watch TV, so this is like a new thing for you.
Yeah, I got a sound bar and like a subwoofer and like surround sound. Sounds really good. It's like a movie theater in there.
Yeah, we have all that. Oh,
And I saw a movie with my brother Friday night. We saw that new Predator movie.
Oh, no. The alien thing?
It was actually wasn't like I thought it was gonna be. It was a good movie.
No. It was suspenseful, right?
It was something, but it was.
Did it get scary?
No, it wasn't really scary. I mean, it was a good movie. Actually, I recommend it.
No.
It was actually about like. It turned out to be about like family, which was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a good movie.
The Alien? No. The very first Alien, I was pretty young. How young was I? Oh, I had to go on a chaperone date. So my dad was there. I was sitting on the floor in the movie theater. I was so scared.
Oh my gosh.
I can't watch anything with suspense. If there's popcorn involved, it will be on the floor. I am the easiest person to scare on the planet. If I'm vacuuming, I'm vacuuming. I don't hear anything else. And John will come up and touch me on the shoulder. Oh my gosh, he's lucky he's alive at this point.
Right.
I've hit him so many times. Like, what are you doing? Don't scare me like that.
No, it was actually like, it was kind of cute and it was funny actually.
Excuse me. It was funny?
It was funny and cute. It was crazy.
But there were monsters in it, right? Those alien things.
No, there's no aliens. It's just a predator in this one. And he goes to like a planet where there's just like a bunch of crazy animals and like the whole planet's trying to kill him. Just like the forest and everything.
The Predator. The invisible guy?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was wild.
I thought it was the alien.
No.
Oh, I thought, then I misunderstood. That's okay. I turned off the previews, if that tells you anything. So you can see I'm working my way around, and he's getting all nice and smooth. We've had a lot of questions on how do you get things so smooth. So instead of like forging ahead like I always do, I thought this one's pretty quick, so I thought I would take time and show you how to get it all smooth. You can see I'm just stabbing it all over. A lot of the times, the wool you're using is key to getting it to look super smooth. And then if you're using merino, it's going to take so much poking to get it smooth. This is Corriedale. Corriedale smooths out really well, really fast. And then if you're making Christmas ornaments, anyways, you want them well felted because otherwise they'll get fuzzy on the trees. Don't I know it? We decorate the trees before I take them to a craft show. I have lots of trees. And we tried something different this year. It didn't work out so well. I think more things stuck. So normally I shrink wrap my trees with like that plastic stuff that you shrink around stuff. And I will normally decorate them and then shrink wrap them. And they stay pretty good. You know, nothing falls off. John wanted to just try putting big, ginormous trash bags over them this time. And I think things stuck to the trees even worse than normal. Now I have this little line I don't like right here. Let's fix this. See that little line? If you put a little piece over the top and just poke around it, the line will disappear. And we'll return to smooth. Okay, so we're all smoothed out. Next up, and you got to do it in this order. It doesn't come out right. It gets, oh, you know what, Cannon? I need a smidge of red, and it's sitting over there. I had it out. Just a smidge of red. Sit right by that white, yeah. Smidge of red. So I'm making a little pillow, and the little pillow is going to go right here under his nose. And yes, it was square, but I am going to make it round. Sheep were a big seller this weekend. What else sold a lot? A a little bit of everything. Oh, surprisingly, even though we're in November, I always set my Halloween up because it was right after Halloween. Always right after Halloween. And all my Halloween disappeared. It all went away. And I had a lot of Halloween. I think I have 2 pumpkins left only. So people are still buying pumpkins right now. Because
for Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving, right.
Yeah, my grandma was looking at those little pumpkin witches and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And your little pumpkin mummy. She
Uh-huh.
really liked those.
She did?
Yeah.
Cannon brought his grandma. She's very cute. She was telling Cannon stories. You need to bring her over here.
Yeah, she said she'd like to come when it's nice and warm out.
Yeah. She doesn't live far, right?
East Medford.
Oh, I thought she lived in Shady Cove. Why did she go to Shady Cove?
Her best friend lives in Shady Cove.
Oh. Shady Cove is very close to me. If you are paying attention and you're from Southern Oregon, I am 3 miles from Shady Cove and approximately 6 miles from the city of Eagle Point. Yeah, I had to run into the grocery store. We're woefully out of groceries. But just the good stuff like salad and stuff.
Nice.
Yogurt. I can't live without yogurt in the morning. So now you have this all nice and smoothed in. I always tuck from the bottom and then from the top. Okay, now we need a smidge of red. Okay, it's very tempting to make this nose stand up like a round ball. Don't do it. Make it nice and flat. It's better if it's flat. You can so you're going halfway in between here. You want it halfway on the white. This is the placement. So part of it's on the brown, part of it's on the white. Half and half. And you want it kind of oval, it can be round. Whatever looks good to you. I did not like it as a ball sticking up though. And you could do this deer out of different colors than the colors I'm using here. You could use a dark brown, you could use actual deer color. I just kind of liked this tan color, this golden color. Okay, so now let's draw his mouth. You're gonna come straight down about halfway, and then I separate into a V, curve it, curve it, curve it, curve it. So if this white is not felted enough, you won't be able to make this mouth indent. Everything will just disappear. That just means you need to keep felting the white until you're able to draw this mouth. And then we're gonna take a little bit of very little fibers. Very tiny amount. Don't use too much. It does not look good when we use too much. I just want a nice thin line. My next bazaar is the first Saturday in December. All the way.
Are you doing that Eagle Point?
No.
Market? No.
No, I only do 2. I do the holiday market, which was the one we just did, which is 3 days, about kills ya. And then I do the North Valley High School. I've done that one for so many years.
Is that one pretty busy?
It's the biggest. This one was big, right? That you went to this weekend. This is bigger. It's the entire high school. And the cool thing about it is it's all handmade. It doesn't have commercial vendors. Okay, so now we have his little mouth. Isn't he starting to look cute? But he still doesn't look like a deer, does he? He's getting there. Don't twist those too much or they'll break off. Ask me how I know. Okay. So now we're going to draw the eyes. I have a hard time with this shape. It is a teardrop. So turn him sideways and draw a teardrop. Do not put your black in yet. Now, and I have more trouble with this side than this side. I don't know why. And again, if you're not well felted, you know, you need it felted to where you can actually draw in it with your needle. Okay, there's our second teardrop. You want them the same size. So skinny point, and then we're going to fill them in with black. You guys were probably expecting me to say, get out your marker. Well, these look, I tried the marker. I didn't like it. So we're going to stay in your lines. I like to draw it first because then I know where I'm going. And if you can't, you just lift up and you can see your lines under there. Just coloring that in. And you want to drag your needle along those edges to get all of that. Now see how I have a little bit of fibers left here? I am just gonna come out there and make a little eyelash. This is my little eyelash. It's like Bambi, but it's not Bambi. If you just drag your needle through your fibers, you'll be able to get enough just to make a tiny little eyelash. Now, you don't want this straight across here. See how it made it straight across? We want to, I'm going to need a little bit more fibers, a little bit. This end has to be kind of round. Maintain your teardrop shape. Sometimes when you drag your little eyelash out there, it flattens it out. What tea did you get this time?
Green tea, a lot of honey in there, and sugar.
Oh my gosh, honey and sugar?
Yeah, I wake up over here.
Caffeine, you should have had coffee.
I was drinking coffee before I left.
Oh my goodness.
I was eating Belgian waffles too.
The frozen
Delicious.
kind?
They're not frozen, no. No, they're not frozen, but they have like big sugar on top of them. And,
Where'd you get those?
Walmart, Eagle Point.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They sell them in a 6-pack. They're good.
We have a Belgian waffle maker.
Oh. I don't have the fanciness like that.
It's not super really fancy, sugar, but you need a waffle maker.
I had some really good syrup, like in a glass.
Uh-huh.
Just cheap syrup is like good syrup. So.
Like maple syrup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some butter. It's good times.
Sounds good. Yeah, we have the best Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Super inexpensive too. Everything you get is inexpensive, in my opinion.
It is. And you know, I used to shop at Food for Less all the time because they were the best prices and they had good quality. And the last time I went to Food for Less, I was like, oh, they're more expensive than Walmart. I do like Shady Cove Market's meat, but you don't buy meat.
I don't.
See, I'm so much better at the right eye than the left eye. I don't even know why. I heard John out there blowing leaves.
Yeah, he was riding the lawnmower.
Oh, was he?
Since I got here, yeah. I think he just finished.
Oh, yeah, he's got his new lawnmower. His
the
old
pond looks really pretty right now, the reflection of the leaves and everything.
Yeah, our old riding lawnmower bit the big one. The deck fell off. So he bought a new one. Well, he welded the deck back on, and then he said, I can't do this anymore, but it's so much bigger than the other one. See, the right eye just comes out so much better than the left eye. I don't know why. So now we need just a smidge of white. In this corner by the eyelash. Don't get too much. This is such a cute little ornament. Who's here, Rip? Rip was so funny. Whenever we pack up to go to a show, Rip gets anxiety, right? And you remember when we set up on Thursday? When we came home after setting up, I thought he was going to come out of his skin. He was so excited that we didn't leave him for a whole weekend.
Oh, yeah, he probably sees you packing and he thinks you're going.
Yeah, he was convinced we were gone for days. It was really funny. He about came out of his skin to see us. There we have our little eyeballs. Okay, and next, I put some little cheeks on. I love this pan pastel stuff because it's permanent. And once you have cheeks, they stay on forever instead of brush off like if you use blush. I could do a commercial for this company, Pan Pastels. Okay, now we have little cheeks. He's getting cuter. Next, before we do these horns and the ears, we are going to make some spots, like a fawn. Just a couple spots on top of its head. I've been looking at Pinterest a lot, and not felted items, but just foresty pictures that are whimsical. So the next couple felts are going to be from that. I found these AI images, and I'm like, oh, I need to make these for ornaments. So sometimes you can get inspired by looking at weird stuff. Pinterest, I get sucked in. Kenan, have you ever been on Pinterest?
No, not. I actually haven't.
It's like a magazine.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just on Instagram.
Well, Pinterest is just like looking at pictures in a magazine. You type in what you're interested in, and it will take you to pictures. And then you can further investigate by clicking on articles or whatever. But it's really a good source for inspiration. Or if you're decorating your house and you need house ideas, that's a good place to look. Okay, next we're going to put on the antlers. So you need your, look how fast he's going. You need your dark fawn. I've got a 1/4 ounce here. It's going to be way too much. So I'm going to draft this out. I don't want these antlers to be super thick. I don't know what that was. So how I do the antlers, I'm going to push this one aside. And I'm going to tack this at the base. And then wrapping antlers. I'm getting pretty fast at wrapping antlers. Pick a size. So you have 2 at the top. So pick one. And we're going to go up. My neighbor Ava is out there walking. She is amazing. She never watches my videos, so I'm going to tell you this. She is in her 80s, and she walks 12 miles a day. It's amazing. She's amazing. Rain, shine, snow, 110, doesn't matter. She walks. She's a pretty amazing lady. And luckily, our road is not busy. So then I got this one. I wrapped once around there and I'm coming back up. And I don't know if you saw how I did the end. I'm going to go past the end. This is a good finger technique too when you want something thin. And I'm going to fold it over. It's not thick enough. Hold on. So a good amount on the end. Folded it over and I caught it in the next wrap. You know, whatever works for you on the wrapping. I have been power waxing or whatever finish you like to give your antlers. You could use Odie coat, so power wax, Odie coat. So we're going to come down. I'm going to come around and go back to this little, don't let go, this little guy that's sticking out. Kennan's shopping. Are you just looking at how I've rearranged everything?
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good in here. I like this little wreath. This little felted wreath looks awesome.
Oh.
I think you should do a video on it.
It's cut out of felt. It's not felted. It's a different kind.
I like it.
You just like it because it's all neat and tidy.
Oh yeah.
I know you. I like to make the base of the antler a little bit bigger. So I'll go around a bunch of times right here. And then a skinny one at the bottom. Let's take this off. Turn this around. So wax whatever you guys want to do on your antlers to make them all nice and smooth. I will poke a little bit to get some of the lumps out, but I'll also show you something else. So you can take your fingers and just wiggle this around if you have little lumps. But see, I don't like that. Ken, I got a lot of requests for moose. That's plural, right? Moose. It's like deer. I don't want to say mooses. People want a moose.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Maybe. I gotta figure out how to do the horns. I just stabbed myself again. That is bad. I've stabbed myself 2 times today. I'm just smoothing out this. Even though I'm going to coat them with like Odie coat or something, I just like them to. That one's going to go like that. All right. Let's do the other one. Do the other one. Now, I'm not going to use this. It's too short. I'm going to get another piece. It's nice and long. Draft a little bit. This dark fawn seems to have little bits of stuff in it. Oops. Tack it down right there. And you'll find that you probably have one antler side that you're better at than the other. It's just a thing. Remember, when you're wrapping, you let go of it so it untwists. So I'm going to fold that down. Nope, that's not thick enough. You need enough to fold over so you don't see the end of that wire. You could probably use even less than I'm using to make them skinnier if you wanted. That twisted, so I needed to untwist it. See the twist? Let's untwist that. There we go. The less twist you have in when you're wrapping, the smoother your wraps will be. I mean, we've all done it where you hurry up and you get a twist and then you wrap it and then you're frustrated because it's lumpy. down. I gotta go out and get that little guy. Oh no. Move him out of the way. Oh, see, I don't want that lump there. I'm gonna use my scissors. I stretched this out a little bit too far, but it'll work out. Come back down around, just like on the other one. We're going to wrap it around the base. Kind of want to make them match, so look at your other one, pull it tight, rip off your extra, tuck it in. I tuck it down in the base, and then let's poke it all in. All we have left to do is the ears. You can shape these however you want. I like them like that. All right, let's give him some ears. All right, we're done with, we're gonna need a little bit of white and a little bit of this. Okay, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna make 2 piles. 1, 2. Notice that I put them, they're going this way. Instead of this, not this way. I want my fibers going that way. I'm going to draw my ears. Refer to your template as to size. Cool thing about, oh, John hadn't fed him yet. Okay, so we have 2 ears here. Fold it in, just like we always make ears. Fold the tip in. Fold the other side in down that line that you drew. There's 1 ear, fold it all in. I like to make them both at the same time so that they're similar in size. So that's going to be our ear, and we're going to multi-tool them. Remember to flip your ear. Be careful that it doesn't grow in length when you flip it. That's pretty felted. This golden hound just felt up so nice. Such a good felting wool. It does help to have, there's only 5 needles in this one. I misplaced my 7 needle guy. He's around here somewhere, but 5 works good. Notice I didn't worry about if they were shaped perfectly because I'm going to go back now. And I'm going to make Cannon really happy in a minute. Let's put a little white in here. Okay, we're gonna put this aside, but we might need that still. Put that there. Let's make it become one with the ear. And yes, it's gonna poke out the back, but we're gonna poke it back through. Nobody will even notice those little white fibers. So now I'm going to look at these ears, and I am going to trim the edges. That one. Trim the edges. Just makes them look better. You can leave them all fuzzy if you want. It is that time of year when deer are fuzzy. All right, so now I want you to take your ear and fold it in half. And let's stab it right along here. So when you pick it up, it looks something like that, but then I want you to stab it flat right here. And then we'll do the other one. Okay, so we have two little ears. Placement of the ear goes right above, between the eye and the horn. You want that ear between the horn and the eye. And we're just gonna stab it on for placement for a second. So stab it on. Actually, I'm gonna show you something different. I remembered what I did. Okay, I want you to take your scissors and cut a hole. Cannon's like, what are you doing? See this? All right, then I want you to stuff your ear in there. Hi, Rip, what are you doing? Did you just have dinner? Take your scissors, stuff your ear in. I did this earlier this week and I was like, oh, that looks so much better. Look at how much better that looks. We'll use some wool glue here in a minute. These are not quite the right scissors to do this with, but they're working. Ear in the horn, cut. You gotta go in pretty deep. Just keep cutting. So see how deep my scissors went in? Let's take all this fluff and stuff it in there.
That was like a surgery.
It is. We just did surgery, but it looks so much better. Look how clean that is. Okay, wait, we're gonna do this again. Okay, don't cave in your guy like I just did, but now we'll stuff this in there. Yeah, we just did surgery, right. But it's just so much cleaner. And then you can just take a little teeny bit and finish out the back. I think, because then you don't get a lump. You know, you don't get some unsightly lump back here, and you can form the front of the ear, stabbing it down in. It's just such a cleaner look, I think. You guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just a different method. So you just cut that little slit. Let's take a little piece here to make the back join. Go around the base of the horn. See, and then there's no lump here. Look at how clean that is. It's so much better. And it looks really cute from the front. See? Look at how much better that looks.
It does look good.
It puts the ear exactly where it's supposed to be. So let's just do a little finish felting here. And you know, I will always go back. I don't have too much to do on this guy. I will always go back and work on them a little bit after I do my videos to make sure that they're well felted. But this guy's pretty good. Just do a little finishing. So what you'll do next, and we're not going to show you this because this is going to be, you're just going to get a piece of ribbon, tie a bow, put a little drop of glue right there, glue your bow on, and then you can glue on a bell, you can glue a Christmas ornament, any color ribbon. You know, if you wanted to make it look like a girl, you could put a little bow right here. There's so many different things you can do. And they all come out looking different, but they're super cute and very popular. So if you liked the video, click like. We would love you to like the video. And we'd love it even more if you joined our channel and followed us. That really helps us out. We just hit 9,000 followers. That's pretty exciting. We're still pretty small potatoes. But if you need supplies, head over to the farm store and we'll get you all set up. And we'll see you next time.